Greetings, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Michael. It's Tuesday. It's Strada Live. We're coming at you from YouTube, on Instagram, on Zoom, and LinkedIn. Nobody watches it on LinkedIn, which is fine, but we're going to do it anyway. And I'm Michael, and we're here in sunny California. It's a beautiful day. It's 9 o'clock, but wherever it is in the world, we want to thank you for being a part of this today. This is my email. You can reach me anytime you want. And we've got just an awesome day. It's really exciting. I've been anticipating today's release and today's updates for about 8 weeks. And I'm just really, really excited because we launched a brand new case study that if you haven't seen it yet, I mean, it came out about 3 hours ago. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I know a couple hundred people have already watched it, and people are emailing me and texting me, and we're going to get into that. But we're going to show you where you can watch this new case study. We're super excited about that. And then we're going to show how the case study was broken down and how you can start doing direct to edit with your own workflows. There's someone, I'm going to repeat this several times this morning, but there's someone who said, this is the workflow we've been waiting for. And I want to say thank you for that acknowledgement, but it's not the workflow you've been waiting for. This is just the beginning. We're going to go further. We're going to take this even further. Fully virtualized files. This is just the next step. And if you've been watching us, you know that we're all about taking these steps, communicating with you, and making sure that we're able to get this right, because we are just committed to being able to have open relationships with all of our customers and users so that we can get your feedback and build a better product together. Okay. On today's call, we've got my brother and co-founder, Peter. We've got Margot and Shannon, who were very instrumental in putting the story together of our case study. And then we've got Austin, who leads our engineering team, who built the technology. Now, look, we're not a big team. We're not a huge company, but we make an impact. And when you see this episode and you see the story that we put together, it's just a picture of what small teams are capable of. We have a technology that can produce a workflow that nobody else can produce. Full stop. Challenge me, test me. I'm willing to be challenged on that. But nobody could do the workflow that we can do, that we just launched. And we knew that. And so we had to prove it out by doing this mini documentary. So before I get to that, I'm looking for a volunteer. Now, someone out there has to be brave. I'm looking for someone who has not used Strada before, who and wants to try it. And I'm going to shoot files. For those of you on Instagram, I don't know if you can see this. I've got a Blackmagic camera here. I'm going to shoot files directly onto your computer, and it's going to take you 30 seconds to set up. I'm not kidding. 30 seconds to set up from scratch, and I can shoot files directly onto your computer. I'm not going to download them. I'm not going to take out the card. I'm not going to transfer them. I'm not going to process them. I'm going to shoot them directly to your computer. You're not going to have to log into a cloud. You're not going to have to download through a cloud. I've done that before. This is different. This is better. And I'm looking for that. So what you need to do is email my brother, Peter, and say you're willing to be a test. You have to be able to share your screen. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. You don't have to show your camera if you don't want to. We just want to share your screen. And in a few minutes, I want to invite you to be part of this test. You need Mac or Windows, and you just need Chrome on a desktop computer. If you're willing to do that, we do this every week with a stranger. And I want to keep up our streak here. I don't want someone to not show up. So this week, come on, I want someone to reach out and be the guinea pig. So if you haven't tried Strada before, reach out to Pete. We'll set you up right now, and we're going to do a live test together. I mean, come on, this is fun. Like, this is fun because it's different. It's hard. It's difficult. It's challenging, but it's cool. And I'm going to blow your mind because I'm going to shoot files from this camera directly onto your computer. And you're going to be able to, it's going to take you 30 seconds to get set up. It's so cool, which also proves out the power of this workflow, because a lot of people don't like to try new workflows because, oh, it's going to be so hard. That's crap. Like, if it's built well, it's not hard, right? Our technology is super complicated, but we don't want you to have to know that. We don't want that to be a penalty. We want it to be easy for you. And so this is part of proving that out. So really, really excited. Okay, this is it. Episode 45 dropped this morning. This is camera to edit, directly shooting to an editor. And that's different. If you know my history, it's not just Frame.io, way before Frame.io, back at Light Iron, Panavision, even my first company, Plaster City, we were always about direct to edit. I've always been passionate. For 20 years, I've been passionate about connecting the set to editorial. And it's always been far apart. And we're just getting it closer and closer and closer. And we were really close at Frame.io with Camera to Cloud. Camera to Cloud is so close, connecting production to post-production, but not quite. Do you know why there's a gap there? There's a little gap in Camera to Cloud, and that gap is the cloud. The cloud creates a gap because the files go to the cloud, but then you can't edit them until another download takes place, or someone has to send you a message and pull all that stuff down. You can't edit directly. Now, Strada has not fully solved it either, but we're a little closer. It is so close, they can almost touch. Cameras to editors. We're so close. And with your support and your help and you using this and testing it, we're going to make them touch. We will be able to, with your help in 2026, shoot into a timeline. And that's what you want. Like, who doesn't want that? You want to shoot into a timeline. And I'm not talking about Avid News Cutter. I'm not talking about streams and grow files. That exists. That's different. I'm talking about cinema style, where you record files locally to a camera, and then you can bring them into a timeline without downloading them or uploading them to a cloud. That's the difference here. Now, you shouldn't watch this right now. Watch me right now, but take a picture of this QR code or go to our YouTube. My brother Pete can put the YouTube link in the chat so that you can watch this later. You got to watch this episode, and please share it with people in your community, because this is like science fiction stuff, but it's real. We are so passionate about this story, we wanted to document it. And that's also why we are super happy that Cined did a story on it. If you're not familiar with Cined, you need to subscribe. You need to follow them. They're an amazing group where they're always talking about all the latest and greatest news and technology and techniques for media professionals. And you really need to listen to Johnny and Nino. They have a great podcast. They do great interviews. They have a great website, great Instagram. And they did a story that came out today about Strada Tech and our latest agent-to-agent technology. So for this, you can see the link. My brother will put the link to the Cined article. Read this. It's a great breakdown. Some people want to watch the video. Some people like to read articles. Some people want both. Cined has everything. So that's why you should check it out. But one of the things in Cined that's great is I decided that we wanted to break down two different workflows. A Raptor workflow, which is more of a traditional card-based workflow where you record, and then the Black Magic workflow, which uses a new, not a new technology, but uses a new way to connect cameras into workflows through SMB, which is Service Message Block. This is new. For most cinema people, it's new. And so I want to show that to you. But Cined does an amazing job of breaking this down, making it easy to follow, and making it possible for people to do. Because our whole point is not to entertain you. I love people to watch our YouTube channel, and people say, even though we're not the biggest YouTube channel by any stretch, people say it's the best YouTube channel for creative professionals. And we've heard that from a lot of people. Thank you for saying that. But we work really hard to tell great stories. But this story is different because I want it to serve as a list of training functions that help you activate this workflow in your own work, right? That's the point of episode 45. We want you to adopt this information and bring this information to your own set and to your own people. And this is one of the things. There's a lot of great comments already coming out on the episode, and the comments are like, this is the workflow we've been waiting for. This is amazing. I've always said this is going to happen. But see, the problem is, are you actually using the workflow yet, right? people are so resistant to change. It's almost cerebral, meaning it's biology. Like, we don't like to change things because our brain says, ooh, warning, warning, you're trying to change something. That's bad. Let's not do that. And you have all this anxiety with change. And so you're looking for excuses not to change. But that's what early adopters have to fight, because on the other side of this hill we have to climb is everything you want. You want things to come better, faster, and cheaper. And that's what we built with agent to agent technology. So at the Cined article, they break everything down. And one thing that they break down is also what you need to try right there. Look at this. It's so simple. What you need to try: cameras with proxies, Wi-Fi network, Strada software, and an editing system. You have all of this. If you don't have those at your availability, you're not watching me right now, and you're certainly not a creative professional. But if you're a creative professional, you have all these. And that's the beauty. It's the other benefit of this technology that makes it superior to the last technology that I had at Frame.io with Camera to Cloud. Camera to Cloud required specialized hardware and specialized cameras in order to make it work. And it's a great workflow with those. But if you don't have specialized hardware or you don't have specialized cameras, Camera to Cloud doesn't work. With Strada, it does. It works with every single camera. If there's a camera out there, including a phone, you can make that work with the Strada technology. And you can take the workflow that we've demonstrated and make it work on any set, any production, any shoot, student film, nonfiction, interviews, reality, cinema, everything. It's amazing. You can even do it with animation if you're generating things. This all works. It's so cool. And it's all available today. So I want you to make sure to go and watch this episode. It's 13 minutes long. It's packed tight. There's a lot in there. I say at the beginning, take out your pen and paper because you're going to want to write this down. It is really good. So that's really important. Now, I need a volunteer though. I'm going to need a volunteer because I want to prove out everything that we're doing is real. And one of you out there is like, I should do it. Yes, that's you. Do it. Come on. It's not going to hurt. It's going to be awesome. And you're going to enlighten yourself. You're going to learn something new. And what did I just say? People are resistant to change. That's the problem, is your brain's telling you right now not to volunteer to try something new. And you have to resist that. And you have to volunteer and try something new. And we're going to set you up. All you got to do is share your screen with us once we do it. It's easy. We do it every week. And one week we did it with someone who was in, like, I think they were in Taiwan or Vietnam. It was amazing that we did it 6, 7, 8,000 miles away. And it works. This technology is different. It's not cloud. It's peer-to-peer, and it's different. So email my brother, tell him you're going to volunteer, and we're going to do a live test in front of these people, which is such a pleasurable thing to do. Once it's over, you will feel so satisfied after this is over. I promise. And you don't have to show your face at all. We just need your screen. Okay. So we've got the direct to edit workflow. We're so excited about that. And so let's break down what's going on in the features. So in the features, we have Windows. This is a big update. We've got Windows. It's now available. I think we had something like 70 or 80 people download Windows, and they're starting to use it. That's great. Every day someone downloads Windows and says, we're using it. So that's really good. If you use Windows, please download it and please give us feedback because we're trying to do that. But, I can change this. It's no longer on Discord. I can fix that. Windows is available on the website. So if I go to strata.tech and I'm logged in, I can see right here, I can download for Mac and Windows. And I'm really, really proud of our team for doing this. Our engineering team, which meets right out there, they worked really hard to make this happen. And so I'm proud of them for that. So Windows is good to go. And right there, you can see a C drive. So next up that came out is the key thing here, agent to agent transfers. Now, agent to agent transfers is critical here because this is the magic, if there is magic, and that is being able to go bi-directional, transferring files to and from people without the cloud. It's a peer-to-peer network. When you have an agent on both ends of your collaboration team, you are now connecting clouds, drives to each other. And that's peer-to-peer. That's what agent-to-agent means. It means you can push and pull without uploading first. It's incredible. And we had a person yesterday email me. I should push his email online. It's amazing. He said, I just connected 140 terabytes to Strata and I can review them across the country. And there's no technology like this. I never thought this would be possible. 140 terabytes in an instant. Sometimes people say, how long does it take to upload all these files to Strata? There is no upload to Strata. That's the cloud talking. We're not a cloud. 140 terabytes becomes accessible for free instantly. Accessible for free instantly. That's not going to change. That's so powerful. You can view it, you can browse it, you can see it, you can play it, and you can move it. And it's incredible. So that's the agent-to-agent transfers. We're going to go over that. We are now improving our transfers. This isn't fully complete, but we have updates coming. So this is the jobs panel. And what you see here in the jobs panel is you have your jobs and others' jobs. Remember, because it's peer-to-peer, you can pull things off other computers or people can pull it off your computer. So that would be others' jobs. And you can start to see who is transferring what to and from your network. This is really different, really powerful, really elegant and scalable. We're building this new jobs panel now, so it's only partially done. Today, you have to be a little patient with the jobs panel. The transfers will happen. You just have to be patient. Sometimes you have to refresh, but that's all going away very soon, but it works great. We're just working on the feedback. So I can change this. It's almost done, but that's coming really closely. And then we've got our invite permissions. Whoop, I don't want that. There we go. We got our invite permissions. So we've added more permissions. Now, our permissions game, people are asking for. I see Jason Joseph has volunteered to help. Jason, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching the episode. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for volunteering to help. I appreciate you. We'll be on with you very shortly. Okay, a lot of you are asking for more permissions control. Here's the story. Our permissions plan has 4 levels. What we released today is 2, so we're halfway there. And then over the next month or 2, we'll get the other 2. Today, you have viewer and editor. Viewer means files remain in place. Editor means you can move files. You can transfer them. That's the permissions change today. So we do have 2 levels of permissions. We will then be adding administrator and download only. Administrators, along with editors, will be able to delete files. They'll be able to make folders. So you can make a folder, push a file onto someone else's computer. That's going to be part of editor. And then administrator, you can delete them and you can get rid of files. And then download only, so or view only. So if you want to just share files, a viewer will turn to just view only, and they can't download it. Then download becomes a level. Then you have editor and admin. So again, we have 4 levels of permissions that we're building. 2 of them are available today, and the other 2 will come very soon. So you're asking for these features. We're building them right now. And so that's coming pretty soon. So this is pretty exciting. So you can try editor today, and editor is the best way to be able to activate agent-to-agent transfers, which is awesome. Okay. I want to break down some of the story that we cover in episode 45, and then we're going to do a demo, and we've got Jason Joseph, who's going to join us a little later to be a part of that demo. So what I want to do in breaking this down is there's 2 cameras that I profiled. Now, you may think I don't have a Red Raptor XL. That's a great camera. I think it's probably the best cinema camera on the market when you factor in quality, high speed potential, dynamic range, low light sensitivity, functions, features, proxy controls, color science, all of these things. It's amazing. Built-in NDs, 8K 120. It's incredible. 4K 240, and it's a global shutter. It's the only cinema solution that's on the cinema side that's a global shutter. It's really a remarkable machine. Anyway, that's enough about me bragging on Red. What this represents is any camera that shoots proxy files in camera. So if you don't have a Red Raptor camera, that's okay. You can still use this workflow. The 2 cameras are Red, which represents card and proxy, and then I've got the Blackmagic, which is an integrated proxy workflow. which I'm going to break down separately. So the Blackmagic is amazing. And there's a lot of cameras in the Blackmagic fleet that work this way. So you can use Blackmagic Ursa Cini. You can use the Pocket Camera, the Pixis. They all work. The 17K, the 12K, the 6K, they all work. So Blackmagic has a technology that works almost everywhere in all of their recent cameras in the last 5, 6, 7 years. If you bought a Blackmagic camera in the last 5 or 6 years, it probably works the way I'm going to show you. And then if you have a cinema camera that's not Blackmagic, you should really invest in cameras that shoot proxy workflows. I'm really passionate about proxy workflows. I think people either don't understand them, don't know how to do them, or they believe something that's untrue about them. I don't know. But proxy workflows are exceptional. You should really make that a standard in your workflow. It really is powerful, especially with limited internet. When you have limited internet, the proxy will save you time and time. It will save you time transcoding and time transferring. And so that's where proxy workflows come in handy. So that's why we're using a Raptor XL. So in the YouTube episode, we are profiling these two cameras to tell these two stories. So I want to show briefly the Raptor workflow so you see this first. First, the Raptor workflow has to have the cards come out of sound and come out of the camera and go to the DIT card. Our DIT on this film was Urban Olson. And Urban has a camera cards and he puts the readers in. Then he's able to take the proxies and he's able to transcode those proxies at 500 frames per second. That's a part of this. Because you have to transcode in order to make tiny files for the web. If you have a camera that already shoots proxies, then you can transcode those proxies even faster. Again, 500 frames per second. So we had about 46 minutes of footage, and Urban rendered that in 2 minutes. That's the truth. That's the math. 2 minutes of transcoding, and that file becomes 1 gigabyte. And then he connects it through the Strada network, and he pushes it onto the editor's computer. So this is what you've never done before. A lot of you have had transcodes made on set, and you've used an internet connection to put them on Frame.io or Dropbox or WeTransfer or Signiant or Aspera or Google Drive. You've done that. But the problem is those systems require you to have cloud storage. They require you to upload the files there first, and then you have to send a message to the editor and they have to download them. So it's extra work and it's extra cost. But with Strada, because it's peer-to-peer, you literally are just pushing the files from the DIT cart onto the editor's drive. You put the files on the editor's drive. It's different, right? You're not uploading to a cloud and then the editor downloading them to their drive. The DIT in this case is putting the files on the editor's drive. That's the power of peer-to-peer. That's why it's superior to cloud in this example. So camera goes to cart. And if you don't have a full DIT and you just have a data manager, all you need is someone with a laptop. And if they have an Apple laptop with Apple Silicon, they can transcode ProRes proxies at 500 frames per second. I'm not making that up. An M2 or M3 should do over 400 frames per second. And a Studio will do well over 500 frames per second. No Rain on YouTube says, could the Adamus Ninja recorders be beneficial for this workflow? The Ninja can record proxies. Yes, you could do that. I think the Ninjas are great. They're a great tool. My only problem is with off speed. When you have off speed, slow motion, or undercrank footage, the Ninja external recorders get a little confusing. They can be tricky, but you could use this with the Ninja if you really wanted to. You would pull the card out and then you'd put that card on your cart and you'd either play it back to the editor or transfer it to the editor or transcode it for the editor. So you could think of the Ninja just like a camera card coming out and transcoding. You could do that. But I would ask you, No Rain, what camera is your Ninja on? If your Ninja's on a camera that can record a proxy anyway, and if that proxy is H.264 or H.265, you don't need to go through all that extra step with the Ninja. Just take the proxy file out of the camera and upload that instead. It'll probably be smaller. A lot of cameras shoot small, web-friendly quality files. Raptors do not do that. And that's one of my problems with Red is their proxy file is too big. The smallest proxy in a Raptor is a ProRes proxy file. That's 40 megabits per second. It's still too big. We need to be 10 megabits or smaller. 10 is the threshold. And that's where we want to be. So my problem with Raptor is that it doesn't shoot a web-friendly GOP codec, a hinted streaming GOP codec, like H.264, H.265, VP9, AV1, stuff like that. So, but you do the transcode, and that's where it works. And I show that so that you can use Red cameras. You could do this even with Alexas. It would be a lot slower because you can't render and transcode Alexa files at 500 frames per second. It's going to be closer to 48 or 50. But you could still do this with an Alexa, but you can do it with a lot of products. So this is good. Then we have the Ursa Cini. Now the Ursa Cini is different. The reason this is different is the Ursa Cini has an SMB mount, service message block. The SMB mount is wireless. So the camera wirelessly transmits its camera card to the editor. This is weird, people. Think about it. The camera has the media in it, but an SMB connection allows you to connect the camera to the cart without pulling the media out. So you can see the camera card on your computer while the camera card is inside the camera. You can play it back. You can watch it. The camera can be rolling. It doesn't matter. It's so powerful. Then you use the Strada network and you push those files to the editor, which means you're not downloading them first. In this station here with the DIT cart, he's not downloading. He's simply a relay station. He's a relay station. He sees the camera card through the SMB mount and pushes that to the editor. That's what we're talking about. And I really want to demonstrate that because it's so cool. It's so unique. Now, the SMB, again, I told you it's service message block. What you have to do in your Ursa, if you own a Blackmagic camera, you need to connect the camera over USB to your computer first, and you need to turn on this. You got to turn on file sharing over SMB. The cameras usually don't have this enabled, so you need to plug in the USB. I really wish, Blackmagic, if you're listening, this option should be exclusive in the camera menus right next to the Wi-Fi connection. It should just all happen right there. You shouldn't need to plug this in, but you have to turn this on, and once you've enabled SMB, you're good. That's all you have to do. SMB is a standard network protocol. It connects different devices together on the same network, and it's almost on every Blackmagic camera, certainly in the last few years. So it's really, really easy. So what else we can do is once the editor is able to have the files, I can view them anywhere else. So it becomes this powerful relay experience. So based on that, I think we got Jason set up for a volunteer. I'm going to do it. And to start this, what I'm going to do is I want to show you how to connect my Ursa directly to my Strada account. Now, hopefully on Instagram, you can see this. I know it's kind of narrow since it's narrow. It's 916. But there's a Ursa Mini right here, and if you can see this, this is a wireless. So I have no cables on this computer except a power cable. This is plugged into power. Other than that, this camera is totally wireless, and so I am going to wirelessly shoot files and deliver them to Jason. I don't know where Jason is, but he's certainly nowhere near me, and we're going to shoot directly into his system from the camera. So how to do that? Well, first, I'm going to go on my computer and go to network. And when I open up network, I can see here the Ursa shows up. The reason it shows up is because I enabled the SMB mount on the Ursa, and I've connected it to the same Wi-Fi network. So I see that there. When I click here, I see MM1. MM1 is the name of the drive that's inside the camera. So the card is in the camera. I see that right there. And watch what happens as soon as I click this. There it is. Right there. This is the camera card that we see. It's mounted on my computer. It's as if I ejected the card and connected it to my computer. But I'm not doing that. I'm mounting it virtually over SMB. And once I do that, what do you think happens next? We go to Strada, and we can see in Strada, oh, look, right there, MM1 becomes an option. So I can see, let me show this. Let me move this out of the way so we can see it. There we go. So we can see there is the MM1 drive. There's the MM1 drive. So Strada agents, an agent is this little application that lives at the top of your menu bar on Mac, and it lives at the bottom menu bar on Windows. And you click on the agent, and it allows you to connect drives to Strada. This doesn't invite people to it. It doesn't share it to anyone. It just allows Strada to have access to a drive. This is that person I talked about earlier that connected 140 terabytes in one click, and he couldn't believe he could connect 140 terabytes in an instant. Do you know how long it would take you to upload 140 terabytes to a cloud, or how much it would cost? Thousands and thousands of minutes and thousands of dollars is what it would cost to have 140 terabytes in a cloud. But with Strada, it's free and it's instant. And I'm not making that up. I was on a call yesterday with a guy, and he says, you talk a big game, and when people talk a game as big as you, I don't believe them. And he said, everything, he says, but with you guys, the product's better than I thought it would be. And everything you said is true. I'm not making stuff up. You can connect 140 terabytes for free to anyone in the world in an instant. And that's it. It's amazing. You could do that. But I think this is even cooler. I'm going to connect a camera to anyone in the world, and it's going to be Jason Joseph. So here I'm going to click MM1, and now I've connected the Ursa into my Strada account. So if I go into Strada here, look what happens. I now see MM1. So MM1 means my computer's called Mr. Cini. I've got a bunch of drives connected, and I've got MM1. So I am going to go to MM1, and I'm going to click in the proxy folder, and I'm going to click right here, and we're going to go Jason at 6beatsofseparation.com. Whoop. And we should be able to invite Jason to this. And I'll have Jason share his screen in just a second. Yeah, so if Jason is able to share his screen, this will be very, very exciting. I'm going to hit record, and we're recording take one. There is Jason right there. I think he'll be sharing his screen in a second. This is take one. I'll hit cut. And then as Jason shares his screen, we'll be able to see this. I'll do another take here. Here is take two. We could see my camera right there. That's my Panavision DXL camera that I've got right there. And this is, again, take two. And now, if you're there, Jason, you can share your screen if you're available. And then here's my Zoom right here. I'm recording take three. Here's take three. I've got my Zoom. So I'm rolling some takes, and this is very meta, but there I am right there on the screen. And I'm kind of shooting myself, making these takes available. Here we go. So I see Jason shooting his screen, right, sharing his screen right now. Perfect. Excellent. And we can see, there you go. So Jason is now sharing his screen. This is not pre-rehearsed. This is not pre-planned. So Jason, if you go to strada.tech or click check it out right there, I've invited Jason to a folder. It'll open up Chrome. And once it opens Chrome or Arc, which is Chromium enabled, he sees a proxy folder. So look at that right there. It says Mr. Cini at the top. That's my laptop. If he clicks on proxy right there, he could click on the first take, and it'll load the player in about 3 seconds. Oh, there you go. Yeah, let the player load. 3, 2, 1. We should get the player there connected. Give it a second. I don't know. It should work on Arc. It shouldn't be a problem with Arc at all. I'm pretty sure Arc's solid. But click on another asset. One of those other thumbnails you see there, Jason, should be there. Let's just give it one more try here. Yeah, let's give it. The player should only take about 3 seconds to load, and then it should be totally fine. There you go. All right. And now if you hit play, Jason, you'll see this play back. And I think it looks like Jason's in New York City because it says it's 12:30, and he's playing back the file right there. So that was take two. I know because you're resharing it through Zoom, it's going to look a little jerky for us, but on your side, hopefully that's coming through nice and smooth. Now, here's something really cool. If I shoot take 4, here's take 4. I'll try to shoot myself. Can I do that? I don't know how this looks. This is not the most flattering angle, but this is take 4. I'm coming at you right here, and now I'll hit cut. If you refresh your screen one more time, you'll see take 4. And so for those of you watching, what you're going to notice here is, there it is. That's take 4. You're going to see as I roll more and more takes, I'll do another one. Here's take 5, and we could see Jason's screens right there. As we roll more and more takes, we're going to see, yeah, look at that. I mean, he's playing back files from the camera, and now I'm adding files to the camera. And so, Jason, if you refresh one more time, you can see another take. So every time I roll a take, I rolled a take while you were watching that file, and you're able to do it. So you're able to play it back. So what I want you to do now, Jason, is I want you to grab those thumbnails and hold the shift key. So you kind of shift select all those little thumbnails, all the main ones. Yeah, you could grab them all, but yeah, you hold the, yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. If you right click now and hit download, you're going to have to make a folder. So it'll ask you to generate a folder. So make a new folder. And once you call that folder Strata or test or something, you just have to generate, create new folder for it, or give it a folder to put it into. There you go. And so hopefully that will work. And then you say view files and then save. And now save changes at the top. What'll happen is it's going to establish a peer-to-peer connection. And what that means is it's going to transfer files directly from this camera onto Jason's hard drive in New York. So he's able to transfer files directly from my computer to his computer. And so this becomes a peer-to-peer transfer, which is a really, really different, completely different type of workflow. And so this is what's really exciting. Norian on YouTube says, when you get access, grant access to other, is it possible to select specific folders to share? Yes. Hey, Jason, let me grab the screen back on my side. Let me share the screen back on my side. Thank you. So I want to show this to Norian. So Norian, check this out. I have a drive here called ProGrade. These are 8 terabyte SSD drives. I love these drives. I'll show you. This is great because it's 8 terabytes, bus powered, USB 4, and it does 2 gigabytes per second. So it's really high performance. And I have a little magnet on it, and I connect it to my computer. If I go to this ProGrade drive, notice there's a lot of folders here. So No Rain is asking about giving access to people. And so what I'm going to do is go to download tests. No, what do I want to do? I want to go to test footage. So I've moved into a specific folder here, and I'm hitting the plus button. And now I can invite Jason to that. So now I've given him a specific directory. And if I wanted to make another directory, I'm going to go to this Thunderblade test files, and I'm going to go to transfers. Now I'm just in this transfers file. I can go here and do it again. So you see, No Rain, I can navigate to any folder, and whoever's allowed to be in the folder changes based on what folder I go into. So you can see this list of people is different from this list of people, right? And that's how you do it. You just add them to folders. Now think, No Rain, in a cloud, you do the same thing. You make a folder in the cloud, you put a file in the cloud, and then you upload files into that folder, and then you invite people to that folder. We're doing the same thing, except it's already done. You already have the folder. You already have the files in the folder. You just add people to the folder. That's it. So it's really no different than a Google Drive, except no cloud, no upload, no populating of the files, right? You just invite them to it. Okay, so Jason, let's go back to your screen one more time. We're going to try one more test. I know we were having download, I don't know if we didn't hit that save changes button or what the issue, but if you could share one more time, I want to do one more trick. I want to try that again and see if we can get it to work. ACDI on YouTube says, I know this is a very niche use case, but does Strada support plans to support growing files? Actually, we kind of half support them now, ACDI. We kind of support them now in a way. If I start hitting record, this is rolling right now. So this is rolling, but I'm not going to cut. This is rolling right now. I'll show you an example of a growing file. Jason, if you can refresh and go back to Strada right here. Awesome.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
If you refresh, now this is interesting. Click on that last take. This is for ACDI. If you click on that last take, this file is actually still rolling, which is really nuts. So let's
Oh, wow.
see. Yeah. Is it not letting you click on it?
It is not. But I think it might be my system, to be honest.
Interesting. Click on a different folder in Strada, like test footage or something. And then
let me restart Arc real quick.
Okay, we'll restart Arc, no problem. But I'm gonna leave this take rolling here. So ACDI, I started this take rolling. It's been going for 60 seconds so far. And this is a version of a grow file. It's kind of like grow files. We want to get there. We absolutely want to get there. But today, it kind of depends on the file. If I were to transfer you a file that has hinted streaming, so if it's H264, H265 with hinted streaming, you can view that while it's transferring. So that's what I'm sort of saying, ACDI, that's where some of these transfers are possible. And some of this growing technology is sort of possible. So let's try that last take again. Give it 3 seconds to launch the player. And now the file's been rolling for 1 minute and 41. So if you hit play, this file that Jason is playing is actually still rolling in the camera. I mean, it's gonna be hard for you to see, but the red light is on. If you can kind of see in the shadow there, there's the red light, it's on. So this file is still rolling, and it looks like, you know, here's what I'll do. At the very end, I'm going to point it at myself. Here I am cutting. So now if you refresh, Jason, you'll get the rest of the file. Because when you started playing it, it was giving you as much of the file that it had up to that point, which was about 2 minutes. And now it's finished. So now you have the entire file. And so as soon as the player launches again, if you hit play and then click towards the very end, you'll see it turn to my face as I just showed at the very end. So that's a good 2.5 minutes later. Yep, even further. There we go. And then right at the end, I think let it play. I should turn it to my face.
I might have went past it.
Maybe. No, I think maybe we started it too soon. Refresh one more time.
Sure.
I think it just hadn't finished, but by now it's definitely there.
I just want to point out that I'm running on Tahoe on an M2 MacBook Air, and so we're on beta software.
Yeah, nice. No, but it's working all right. It's working well.
It's still getting
and Tahoe M2, yeah, very, very good. But that's the idea here. Let's check that very end now, and I just want to make sure it worked. Yeah, let it. Yeah, I feel I should see myself at the end, but I'm not seeing myself at the end. So I don't know what.
Michael, what's the length of the clip that you have there? This is reading at 1 minute 19 seconds.
Yeah, it's about 2 minutes and 10 seconds, I think. So we never got the rest of it, which is interesting. But that's the idea of the grow file. Is that it should allow us to do that. Again, files that are hinted streaming can transfer. Does it get
same? I refreshed.
Yeah, well, maybe my theory about the grow files with Blackmagic cameras is wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But that's something I need to test more. I know it works sometimes, so it's kind of interesting. While we have you, Jason, I want you to do one more thing. I want you to go to the test footage folder. And you see, I added you, there's a test footage folder, And someone, No Rain, was asking about that. And so I want you to go to folder number 8, Planet Earth. And when you go to folder number 8, you'll see a whole bunch of files. And if you scroll down, you'll see how quickly it loads. This is about 600 clips. It's loading it real fast. And these files are not on Jason's computer, and they're not in the cloud. They're on my computer while I'm on this live Zoom. So Jason, just select one file and then go down a few rows and ship. Oh, let's see if we can get a file to respond here. None of them are highlighting in blue, huh?
No, I think it might be. I honestly think it might be my system.
Okay. All right. Well, let's we should, maybe it's still drawing some of the thumbnails. There you go. Let's go. Maybe it was still drawing because there were 600 takes in that directory. Now just go down a couple rows and shift click on another asset. You don't have to go that far, but yeah, there you go. Now right click, and this time I want you to hit transfer to. Now this is the newest technology we have. This is agent to agent transfers. This is what we do in the YouTube episode. If you click on that, that's right. So Jason sees here a completely different computer. So he's accessing my laptop, Mr. Cioni, and then he's accessing M3 Studio Ultra, a completely different computer. And I've given him permissions to go to the transfers folder. So click on transfers and now hit transfer here. And what Jason's doing is he's initiating a push experience where he has files in one location. He wants to get them to an editor in another location, and he's delivering those files there. So if you stop sharing your screen, I'll share my screen.
Sure. And just important to note, we're talking about when you say I have files in an offsite location, and I want to push them to another offsite location.
That's exactly right. Jason's making a great point. And here you can see, Jason, I now have all those files that you moved, and I can play them back.
Nice.
And Jason moved files from an offsite to another file that's an offsite, which means he can, to use a big, ugly word, he can orchestrate transfers even if the media is not local to him. That is exceptionally rare in the tech world. Like, you can't really do that very easily. Maybe you do it with like screen sharing or some sort of jump desktop technology, but this is Jason accessing files, and they feel local. They behave local. He can view them as if they're local, and he's using an M2 on Tahoe. And so this is really cool. All right, Jason, I want to try you one more time. I want to go back and have you share one more time. I want to try one big file one more time before we let you go.
Let's do it.
And let's see. No Rain asks, do I benefit from combining Synology with Strata, or is the hardware not good enough for H.265? No Rain, your Synology works great. We have a lot of people on Synology. You simply connect Synology to Strata via the agent, and then you can push the files off the Synology. You can look at that Synology on an airplane. You could watch anything on your Synology while you're on an airplane, combining with Strata. Okay, Jason, go to test footage one more time, and now go to folder number 7, National Treasure. And in that folder, it's hard to see, but that's a 150 gigabyte file. And if you hit play on that file, this is really cool because Jason is 3,000 miles away in New York. And if you click in the middle of the movie, it will jump right to the middle, and he'll be able to play that back. If you click at the end by the end credits, it'll just take us right to the very end of the film. So you can see how fast Jason's able to access the film, and it's 150 gigabytes. Think about that. How long would it take you to share a file that's 150 gigabytes? There's no way faster than this. I'll tell you that. Jason logged in, I shared him a folder, and now he's watching a 150 gigabyte file, and neither of us had to pay AWS or Google or Dropbox to share it in the middle. How is the playback on your end, Jason? Can you play it back? And
buttery smooth.
Is it smooth? Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I was going to note that earlier that the jumping around the other clips was too. It's very instant.
So would you say it almost feels local? Almost.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
That's great. Jason, that's an awesome demo. You were able to access camera files. You were able to transfer files remotely, and you're able to play back a huge 2-hour movie. That's a successful test, even though we discovered something with the hinted streaming. I'll look into that. I'll try to find the bug. But
you want to go back to that folder and just check it?
Yeah, check it one more time. Yeah,
which one was that?
While we're here, it's in a proxy. Yep. And that last file, did it actually get the whole 2-minute clip?
Oh, it kicked me.
Oh, it didn't like that. But that's the last thing, is to make sure that worked. Jason, I'm going to take the screen back and finish up here in the day, but I appreciate all that you did. Thanks for being a volunteer. Thanks for the note you sent me this morning. I really appreciate it. I'll get back to you later.
Of course. Sounds good.
Great work, sir. Great work.
Thank you. Oh, and one other thing I noticed while I was in there, Michael, where the thumbnails show up, you said you couldn't read it because we were trying to point out the size of the file, and I used Command Plus to increase the size of it, and it increased. I thought it would increase the entirety of the screen, but it increased the size of the thumbnails. I don't know if that's intentional or
that's
not.
intentional. We only want you to, that's right. We want the text to stay the same and the thumbs to get big and small. And there should be 3 levels of big and small with the thumbs. Good find.
Yeah.
Good find.
Great call.
Cool.
All right. Glad to help.
Thanks, Jason. Okay. A couple more questions and we'll finish up here at the end of today. That was fun. That was exciting. A couple of things. We are coming to IBC. I know someone earlier asked, are you guys going to IBC? Yes, we're going to IBC. If you're in Europe, you have no excuse because it's like a 1 to 3 hour flight to get to IBC. We got to fly all day, multiple stops. It's going to take us 15 hours to get there, but we're going to be there in Hall 7. We want to see you there. Come visit us in our booth, and you can book time on our calendar. If you want to meet with us and have a private meeting and a private demo and schedule it so that you make sure you show up, then Pete will put a link in the chats right now that shows you to book time on our calendar. Just book a session. Come, let's show you this. Let's get you all set up. Plus, we're going to have something new and really big at IBC. We're really hoping to deliver you something really new. So bring your phone to the booth and maybe we'll do something new. So that's really, really exciting. So JE Digital asked, will we be at IBC this year? Yes, the answer is yes. We can't wait to see you there. Hope to see you there, JE. This is a 3D mock-up of our booth. So the Strada world is getting a little bit bigger, and we're excited to have that. So as we wrap up today, I want to remind everyone, Strada works with any hard drive. You can connect any hard drive. And it was earlier, the question about a NAS, like a Synology, that works. But combine your Synology with other drives and your desktop and your downloads folder and a USB stick. Like all of that's in play. It's not just about the Synology. It's about all your drives on all your computers with all your team. And you've got to build that Strada network, but you got to get everyone to install an agent, and then you can connect and share your hard drives. This is a really great OWC 4-bay drive that can connect to a Synology, because someone in your network is going to have that, and someone else can have a Synology, and someone else can have a ProGrade, and someone else can have a Glyph and a LaCie. All that's in play. That's what we want you to do. So please bring your drives to this. And then again, watch the YouTube episode 45. 45 episodes of YouTube. Like, think about that. It's crazy. But we want you to watch this episode and share it. Tell people you watched it. Put it on your social. Let people know this. If you like it, leave a comment and tell us what questions you have about it and what you liked about it. And try it. Like, it works. This is how we shoot now. And this is so much better than delivering a drive. It's so much better than waiting a whole day. This is new, people. This is revolutionary. It's really, really exciting. Okay, last thing I want to talk about is pricing. So how much does all this cost? Well, we have a great news for you. The first start, it's still tentative, but I don't know. I don't know. Is it tentative? Yeah, kind of, sort of, but it's on the website. So the first thing is we have a free plan. The free plan is available today. And right now, right this second, the free plan's unlimited. But I want to show you the plans that are coming in September, in August. We're now in August, so the pricing is going to go live soon. So pay attention to this stuff. Right now, the free plan allows you to have 3 users. You can connect as many drives as you want. You can connect as much storage as you want, 500 terabytes, it doesn't matter, but you can only transfer up to 15 gigabytes for free. So if you're going to move files, then you are going to have only up to 15 gigabytes, but you can watch them, play them, connect them, share them, view them. All that's unlimited. All that's available for free. Now, if you're going to transfer a lot of files, the $8 per month plan gets you 250 gigabytes of transfers per month. That's not storage, right? Your storage can be 250 terabytes. It doesn't matter. It's how much can you transfer through the Strada network. Up to 250 gigabytes with 10 users, $8. I'm telling you, you cannot find a product out there that's going to let you transfer 250 gigabytes through a cloud for $8. It's just going to cost more than that. And in Strata, you can connect dozens and dozens of terabytes, hundreds of terabytes, and transfer whatever you need for $8. So that's really, really great. But if you want to move raw files, 250 gigabytes is not enough. If you're doing proxies, Avid, ProRes, DNX, that stuff, then this is a great plan for you. But if you're doing raw files, $24 a month gets you unlimited everything, unlimited storage, unlimited users, unlimited transfers, and $24. If you're going to move, we were talking to someone that moves 5 to 10 terabytes a month across their users. $24, 10 terabytes a month. I think they're paying 10 times that right now for products like Massive and Aspera and Signiant and Frame.io. And so this is the pricing. Now, the good news is right now, Strata is unlimited and free, but the pricing is coming very soon. If you want to be part of our unlimited beta program, then you need to reach out to us and let us know. Also, we offer the option for you to buy in bulk. If you want to buy 10 licenses on one credit card, we can do that on the unlimited plan, and we can get you 10 unlimited licenses. And so you can have your entire team activated instantly on one credit card. Now, we plan to start charging for this September 22nd. So if I actually go to the website and we click on pricing, you can see here, paid plans go live September 22nd. So this is your pricing right here. You can pay monthly a little bit more, or you can pay annually and save quite a bit. And so we want you to try this. And we also want your feedback on this pricing. We are trying to be extremely competitive, moving terabytes and terabytes and terabytes for $24 unlimited. I think it's pretty compelling. And if you're just going to move 250 gigabytes, $8, back and forth, push and pull, bi-directional, all these users, 10 users, very, very powerful stuff. And you saw it working today. ACDI on YouTube says, what about Strata Agent's mobile app? Well, come to IBC, AC. I don't know where you are in the world, but I'm going to IBC. It's the most amazing trade show for media professionals and creative professionals. They got technology. They got great panels. They got great tech talks. They got great tools. All the manufacturers are there. There's great food. It's Amsterdam in September, which is a beautiful place to be in September. And you should go. Get an Airbnb or a cheap hotel. Take the subway. It's cheap. It's fast. It's easy. And come visit us. And then maybe you'll see a Strata app for your phone. I don't know. Maybe. I hope so. We will see. There's more to come, but that's all happening as we go through the next few weeks. So with that, we want to invite you to join our Discord. Pete can put an invitation to our Discord. This is where we put all our announcements. We put all sorts of support and feedback. It's very busy. It's great. People are helping us make the app better and better through our Discord channel. So please join the Discord, sign up for the app. And I want to show my favorite comment. This is the greatest comment. We've had millions of views across our YouTube's videos and comments all over the place, but this is the best one. This is the final season of Silicon Valley that we never got. Thank you for whoever AC is that said that. That is such an awesome compliment. That's my favorite comment we've ever received. That's episode 44. If you haven't watched episode 44, that's also a bomber episode. You should really check out 44. But today is all about episode 45. And so we want to invite you to make sure that you watch episode 45. So now is the time to watch it. We're going to finish up right now. Watch episode 45, read the Cined article, share the information, sign up for Strata, and start talking about a way to work without clouds. That's what this is all about. The clouds are too expensive. They are too hard to upload to. They cost too much, and you're always filling them up, and you always have to keep adding more and more storage. We've got a better way. It's your storage instead of their storage. And you can have the same collaboration benefits and value. You can even do it faster. You can have more storage because you have more storage locally anyway. And you can invite as many people as you want to share it, just as I did with Jason. Thanks so much to Jason for being able to let us do this today, connecting to New York. That was awesome. So with that, I want to say thank you, everybody, for a great Tuesday. We will see you online. And thanks again for tuning in. Bye-bye.